Hello everyone and welcome to Broccoli Master YouTube channel. We will continue our Python series, and in this video we will see about the variable. This is our simple outline that we will cover in this video. First we will start from the introduction of variables, declaring and assigning variables. After that, naming convention, understanding the variables types, typecasting in Python, and some of the practical examples and errors that we are facing in a Python. So we will cover all these topics in this video. So for now, let's start from the introduction of variables. So a variable is like a container in Python that holds mainly the data. For understanding of it, let us take one of the example here. Suppose that in our kitchens, we use different types of container for holding the different types of things. Such that for storing the rice, we use the different containers. For storing the different types of spices, we use different types of container there. It means that we can say that variables helps to store the different data types in a Python. And in Python, one of the best things is that you don't need to declare its type while defining the variable. It automatically takes the variable data types. So for understanding it in a better ways, let us take an example. So here I am just writing here a equal to 100, and when we print it, then it will definitely give us 100. It means that this 100 is a integer data types, int data types, and actually we are assigning this 100 to a variable. It means that the a variable now stores the integer data types, and when we check its type, then it will give a int data types. For checking the data types, we simply write the command here type and put our variable name in this parenthesis, and when we click the shift plus enter button, then it will gives you int data types here. So in the similar ways, just like I'm taking another example, I'm writing the age equal to 24, and I will take my height equal to 5.9. In a similar way, I will put my name is equal to Broccoli, and I am also taking the sum of the example of boolean data types. So here writing is student equal to true, and when we print the age, it will give us 24. So here we can say that this is our int data types. In a similar way, this is our floating data types, float data types, and this is our string data types. It means that the string always declare with the single or double quotes. Okay, so this is our string data types, and in a similar way, the value which give us just only 1 or 0 or true or false, then we can say that it is a boolean data types. So here writing boolean data types. And here let's check all the data types here. So I am just writing here type, and when we write here is student, then you can see that it will give a bool value. It means that it is a boolean data types. Okay, in the similar way, when we write type and pass the name data types, then you will see here it will give a string data types. So in this way, you can declare the variables names and you can assign the value on that variables. Now let's talk about naming conventions in Python. So I'm just writing here naming convention, and when we declare the variable names, then the variable name must be a descriptive types. So I'm writing here variables names should be descriptive. What do it mean? It means that when we declare the name, just like I'm writing the first name equal to Broccoli. Okay, and when we print this first name, then you can see that the Broccoli will be print here. And when you declare the variable names, use the underscore between two words, otherwise it will throw the error. Let me show you how it give a error. I am simply copy and paste it here, and here I am removing this, and when we print this, then it will throw the error invalid syntax. Okay, So between these two words, we must have to declare using a underscore there. So we can write it here. They must start with a letter or an underscore and contains letter, numbers and underscore. And also variable is a very case sensitive. So I am writing here variables are case sensitive. It means that when we write here first name, okay, broccoli, in a similar way, if I write here first name equal to a master, and when we print it here, then it will give you a different value. So I'm printing the first name with the starting of small letters and the capital letters. So right here print first name, and in a similar way we are also printing first name. Then you can see that it will give a different value. So we can say that it is a very case sensitive. If you are using the small f and the capital F, then it will declare it as a different variable. Okay. In a similar way, you cannot declare the variables by starting with the integer value. So suppose that I am writing here 2 is equal to 30, and when we print it here, then it will give you a syntax error, invalid decimal literal. It will not consider like that. So this is the invalid variables we should not use in our code. Invalid variables. Okay. In a similar way, you cannot declare the variable names like I'm writing the first name using the underscore here, and instead of here underscore I just remove it and writing like this, and when we assign the value here 30, then it will also give us syntax error. It is saying that cannot assign to expression here. It means that you cannot declare the variable names by using the operator symbol. And in a similar way, you cannot use the variable names using the @name equal to broccoli. It will also give you a syntax error. So I hope you understand about what types of variables should we assign in our code. Okay. So after that, let's discuss a little bit about type casting in a Python. So before it, let's understand first what is type casting in a Python. So I'm writing here type casting in Python. In simple term, we can say that type casting is the process of converting one data types into another data types. So we can simply write the definition here. It is the process of converting one data types into another data types. Okay. So what do you mean by that? So I am taking one of the example here. I am writing simple height equal to 5.9. Okay, this is our float value, and if I want to print this float data types into integer data types, then we can simply write here print int and declare the variable name height. After that, includes both of the parentheses. And what will it do? It will first assign this float data types into integer data types, and after that it will print the value. So simple. When we execute this line of code, then you can see that it only give a 5. Okay. In a similar way, this is our float value, and I again want to convert this float value into a string value. Then we can also do that. Simply write the command here print string and declare the variable name here height, and when we print this command, then it will give a string data types. So here it is not defining the string in a proper ways, so I am just writing here string, and when we pass the height variables here, then you can see that the float data types is now under the single quotes value. It means that it have declared the string data types here. And I am assigning this string height into a b data types. Okay, and I am printing this, and when we check the types of b, then you can see that it will give a string data types. Okay, so we can say that either we have a float data types or integer data types. We can simply convert this into a strings or int data types. But when we have a string data types, then we cannot convert into a float or boolean or any integer data types. So let me take one of the example here. So I'm just writing name equal to defining the broccoli, and when we print this, print name, it will give a broccoli. Okay, and suppose if I want to convert this string data types into a integer data types, then we will write the command int name. It will show a error here. It means that it is a value error. So actually it get confused how I can convert the string data types into integer data types, because here is a character, but in the integer data types there is a number. So how can we define like that, so that it is throwing the value error here? Okay, in a similar way you cannot also convert this string into a float. It will give the same error here, but you can convert this broccoli string data types into a boolean data types. So just write here bool, and it will give a true. It means that the name of the broccoli is stored in our name, so that it gives a true boolean types. Okay, so I hope you understand about the typecasting. So now let's check another things. Suppose that I don't want to assign the values in a variables to myself. I want to assign the value of the variables by the user. So how can you do that? So for doing that, we simply use our input features in our Python. So just I'm writing here input, and here I'm just writing age equal to, and here we need to define the data types. What types of data types are you taking from the user? So I'm simply writing here int, and also define input. It means that it will take the data from the user, and right here what is the age. Okay, and when we execute this line of code, I'm writing here 23, you can see that it will take the data from the user and store in a age variables. And when we call the age variable here, it will give a value 23 here. So in this way you can take that value from the users and assign that value into a certain variable name. So for understanding it in a very better ways, let's take an examples, and we will create a simple calculators here. In this calculator we will take the value from the users, and after that we will operate all the arithmetic operation here. So let's get a simple calculator here, simple calculator. Okay, and I'm just taking num1 equal to taking the float value with the users. So writing input enter first number. After that again writing code here num2 equal to float input second here enter second number. And now let's assign the arithmetic operation here. So here assigning arithmetic operation. So sum equal to num1 plus num2, and difference should be equal to num1 minus num2. Okay, after that writing the product of two number is equal to num1 into, in Python we declare the into or multiply by using the star here, num2. In a similar way there is also divide. So we will just write here quotient equal to num1 right num2. Okay, and we also need to print these all values. So I am also writing here print sum comma sum. In a similar way also print difference comma difference. In a similar way we also need to print the product. So right here print product, and in a similar way also write here print quotient quotient. So when we execute this command, then it will take the first number from the user. So I'm just writing here 23 plus, and it will again take the second number from the user. So I'm just writing here 56. After that, when you click on the enter button, then you can see that the sum of these two numbers is 79, the difference of these two numbers is minus 33, and the product of this number is 1288, and the quotient is this. Okay. So with the help of this video, you have understand the concept of variables, what is typecastings, and how can we take the numbers from the users. And trust me guys, variables plays one of the major roles in a Python programming language. Okay, so make sure that you have practiced the variables with different approach more and more. So this is for today, and I hope you like this video. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not subscribed yet, and like the video, share with your friends. Thanks for watching the video. See you on the next video.